Hi, my name is McGukin. I'm excited to introduce you to this fantastic loft space in Chelsea. What we have here is a 5,000 square foot white box. And our client has charged us with bringing a new voice to this space. And what we want to do is open this thing up, flood it with light, straighten things out, new fixtures, new lighting, new point of view all together. It's a vast space. I want to walk you through the process of how we're going to put our spin on it and give it a new personality. One of the amazing things about this space is that it lives on 2 floors. And upstairs we have this awesome skylight. So the minute I walked in the door, I looked at this glass floor, which the previous owner had installed to let the light through, and said to my client, got it, get rid of it. Rip out the glass. Let's open this thing up, create a really beautiful staircase, and let this be one massive double height entry hall. But with every project, you have your challenges, you have your negatives, you have the things that you're trying to overcome. When you look across the space, you see pockets of metal framing, and a lot of what we've been focused on in this project is streamlining crooked beams, trying to get rid of awkward nooks and crannies that were here when the last owner really stripped it all back and made it more of a big open loft. We're really trying to weave back in something that's tasteful and elegant and create, beautifully apportioned spaces, clean, uninterrupted sight lines. I think it's important to note that all these framings, which are basically our metal studs, really are a part of what's building the new architecture for the space. We're in an exciting part of the project now. The walls are starting to frame up. We're beginning to receive doors and put those into pockets and opening and closing. We framed out big pocket doors to the kitchen, got rid of that wall, and really opened up that space to bring the light through. It's also an exciting time for the client because the vision is really starting to come to life. We've sculpted space and we're in the midst of trying to put it all back together. My design philosophy is that one of the most important things that you can pay attention to in design is points of transition, and this space is just full of bad ones. So one of the big objectives for our team is to strip all of that away, clean it up, and make this feel cohesive, interesting, wonderful, flow, communication, all of those things that are happening in your senses when you walk through. From the moment you step off the elevator, you enter a central garden, and our goal here was to really create a double height space that lets the natural light in. We've added arched openings to bring light throughout the space and create this true sense of interior garden, a dramatic 2-story walnut screen detail that acts as our stair railing and really brings your eye up through the double height exposure to the outside through the amazing skylight above. For everyone on my team, the finished product of the great room is really one of the best surprises of the apartment. When we started this project, we had a long, narrow room that was relatively dark with a fireplace awkwardly situated on one end and small opening to a long, narrow kitchen on the other. One of the challenges, or not really challenges, one of the design objectives we had here was to mix three styles that we're developing in the client's home. 2 from his existing collections and 1 from the style of the apartment. This is really an old loft. And so what we wanted to do was create some of those industrial details and keep the linear, clean, contemporary sensibility of a loft. But we also wanted to introduce sort of a classicism, something that leaned a little English, but then a little Asian at the same time. So when you take the artifacts that this client's collected and the artwork, we really have contemporary, Asian, English, a little bit industrial. And I think the way we spun that all together and made it into something pretty spectacular.